Hello and welcome to Season 4 of Space Engineers. This is going to be an exciting one. Everything is new to me here. Well, most things. We've got a brand new planet. We've got the industrial overhaul, water mod, so much fun stuff. I'm going to be learning a lot about how these various mods work. But as we fly on down here to the planet Agaris, zip down below the clouds and skim across the oceans, we are going to be coming up upon our starting location. And if we look into the sky here, somewhere around here, oh, there it is, the dropship coming in to drop us off. Some sneaky camera movement are there. We have the Wave Rider, our brand new starting ship for this season. Where, Season 2, I wanted to start in space, so I made myself a little spaceship, the Jump Jack. Season 3, we're driving this season. We're being rover bin. So, rover engineers need a rover. We got the Bison. And now, Season 4, we're on a planet with giant oceans. So what's better than a boat? So we have the Wave Rider. It is a cute little boat with everything I will need to get us started this season. And it should be more than enough to do some simple exploration out in these grand oceans. We are moving over top of this bay here, which is going to be my home for the foreseeable future. It is connected out into the other oceans here through these channels. It'll be nice and secure though, so I won't have to worry about any pirates or things coming to salvage my ships from me and come and plunder some booty. But we are just about at our drop position here. But while that is maneuvering down, you can see in the background there are actually roads on this planet, which is really cool. Nice smoothed out clean voxel that you can drive on. And the roads take you to the various ore patches, which we can see one of them here. This entire hillside is one single ore patch, which is probably going to be the most interesting part of this season. Ooh, there's some other AI ship flying along in there. The ore patches, they are not random. They are predetermined. It's not like I can just go and say, oh, there's a random ore patch that spawned there, and there's a random one that spawned there. And they're like little patches. No, these are giant ore patches that are literally multiple kilometers squared, but they're in predetermined locations. So the problem isn't finding that particular ore. I know exactly where the cobalt is that I need to make grids and such to, get my higher level stuff to make my cargo containers and things. The problem is getting to it, where, yeah, there isn't any cobalt anywhere nearby. I think the nearest cobalt is literally there on that island. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to travel a little bit, even to get the basic necessities, which is going to be very exciting. I like doing that. I really enjoy the logistics of when you can figure it out. It's sort of a very, very satisfactory-esque vibe, which is going to be fun. But we are here just about at our drop location. And when this ship lets go, we will plummet down towards the water. But thankfully, we do have parachutes that will auto-deploy and allow us to gracefully land into the water. Which should happen at any moment now if I turn my HUD back on. Pop back into my character here. Yes, it is going to release me at about a kilometer height. So we are just about ready to be dropped. Thank you, Innistrada, for the ride. we'll see you again in, I don't know how many episodes it's going to take me to build up everything that I want to do this season and fully explore this planet. But our job is to fully explore the planet, work through industrial overhaul, gather up a bunch of the new and interesting materials, make friends with the local populace, because there are some factions that are willing to trade with us, and destroy the various enemies, protecting the high-end material deposits. Because they're at predetermined locations, those material deposits are now hotly contested, and we'll have to fight our way through them. But here we are, dropping in, and parachutes deployed. As I'll pop into spectator here. Oh, we get some beautiful thumbnail material. Hot dropping into the planet. Absolutely beautiful. And splashdown. We are here. Season 4, begin. I'll just clean up my bar here. And let's take a little tour of my vessel. So it's a trimaran, if I'm doing that correctly, type vessel. So it's got its main hull, and then it's got a floaty, essentially an outrigger on each side that it is using to balance itself, so it doesn't tip over, as it is a very top-heavy vessel. If it was just the center core. We have a series of small hydrogen tanks for our fuel. We got an engine, we got an H2O2 gen, a survival kit, a nice battery, and a Gatling gun, our aura detector, and our antenna. Everything that we need. Also buried in here is a medium cargo container. However, we have to make sure to baby this ship. It is literally our lifeline. Like, if this ship is destroyed, we're screwed. Well, I mean, it's our survival kit, of course. But, like, there's several pieces of technology on this. The battery is now, because of industrial overhaul, a lithium battery, which means that I need to go mine lithium. And I'm not getting any lithium at all until I go to the desert and fight off pirates. So I'm not getting another lithium battery for a very long time. I'm going to have to make lead-acid batteries in the meantime, which are way bad compared to a lithium one. The turret, I can't make any ammo for it. I mean, it's got some ammo loaded. It's got 20 boxes. Yeah. I can't make any more ammo until I get oil production online, which involves me going, like, literally over the horizon that direction to get to oil and set up production there. So, yeah. This little guy here has some tech to get me started, but I am to make sure not to lose it, otherwise I'm pretty screwed. But we can just head on into the shore here. I want to make sure I don't beach it too hard and fast, as it would be troublesome to have to repair the underside of it. However, we do need to get started. And that unknown signal is actually going to be a very nice little salvage here in the beginning. Hopefully it's got some goodies. Turn on our braking thruster. And we'll just coast on in, manually braking as needed. Try to use up as little hydrogen as possible. Hydrogen is not free in this setup. There we go. Spin around. Put on our dampeners. And then push as hard as we can backwards while wiggling to try to get myself up this shore as much as possible. And then call it good. We'll turn off our dampeners. And we'll just leave the boat there. We've done what we can. Let's grab the rest of our food out of the emergency rations dispenser. We can see if I've already eaten and drank a little bit of it. And That is getting closer on its own. Is that thing rolling? That must be rolling. The entire area there is one giant hill, so that's probably what's happening. And, I'll talk about a few things. Adjust my microphone there. There we go. A few things that we've done for the series. Some balance considerations that I've made as to make it so I don't have things that are like a crutch. I do have my jetpack, but I'm not going to use it. The reason why I have the jetpack, but I'm not going to use it, is that the water mod is here. And if I fall off my boat and I don't have a jetpack, I can't really get out of the water. I have to walk to shore, which if I'm in the middle of the ocean would suck. So I'd basically drown, and then I'd have to respawn, and I'd lose all my stuff, which really sucks. So, is this one of the roly-poly ones that runs away from you? Please don't be the roly-poly one. Okay, it's just round. Wow. Streamer luck or whatever. I get a freaking enhanced drill immediately. Thank you. And we'll start grinding you down. So I want to have the leopard drill. Yeah, I just don't want it so that I like fall into the ocean and then just die every single time I fall in, because that could seriously end my run here real quick if I fall in and I'm really far away from my base, and it sucks. Other than that, with the water mod, I've kind of already touched on this, you can get infinite ice by just sticking a collector into the water, because there's no ice spawning except for like the poles on this planet. And because there's infinite ice, I can't really use it like a fuel like I did in the last season. Like in season 3, there was a very finite amount of ice. Like it would be, there's no ice, then there's an oasis. And so I'd always like fuel up at oases and turn it into hydrogen, and then I'd burn it, and I'd just like I'd try to recharge every single oasis. But that kind of breaks the laws of thermodynamics, because you're electrolyzing essentially your first. I mean, if you're thinking about it, you're taking the ice and then melting it, and then like separating it, and then burning it, which is just recombining it. So it ends up being just silly, that the fact that you actually gain energy from that, and we'll just beat ourselves even a little bit harder here as the tide came in. So the whole point was like, let's just not break the laws of thermodynamics and make it so that even while pretty efficient, getting ice from the water and then putting that through your H2O2 gen, then to your engine, is a lossy process. So I'm not going to get infinite power wherever I can have access to water, which, because this is just a circle underneath the ground, if I dug down deep enough at any location, I will eventually hit water. So which basically means, like, as long as I drill deep enough, I have infinite power anywhere. It's kind of unbalanced. So no more free energy is the mod, I believe it's called, and that's what we're doing. I'm going to start doing what every space engineer's person starts doing at the beginning. I was just drilling dirt. It's like in Minecraft where you have to punch trees. It's space engineers. You drill some dirt. And get that in, and we'll get that processing in our little survival kit. However, we do know that the iron deposit is up and over the hill. It's like 2 kilometers that way. It's far, but it's walkable. I can do that in a few minutes here. And we can talk about some of the other mods and such that I've added, and little caveats I've had to make, and oh, I added this, but I had to change it with that. And, ugh, God. There's entire stories about this. Okay, so here's a few loads of stone. And we also got all this scrap to do, too. I'm not sure if I'll just process that scrap yet. You can process the scrap, but you have to do it manually, and that really sucks. I'll probably just wait until I can get a refinery and do it there. But we'll set up whatever, throw on 1,000 ingots. It's going to process that. It's going to take a while. We've put in 10-ish thousand stone. It should probably have more than enough to process while we're gone. So if I just, first off, I'm going to put a position here, which is going to be the beach. And I'm going to turn off that antenna to save power. Even though it just uses a few kilowatts, every little bit is needed. And also, I'm going to attract any enemy AI's attention. And then if I aim this direction, wherever it may be. Oh, please don't come over here. I do not want to deal with any enemies yet. That is the moon right there. If I believe I aim at the moon and run, I can get to the iron. So many things I had to set up for this. So much testing it took to set up this world. Like, compared to season, like, 2 and 3, like, season 2, I just plopped in my I just started a new solar system world. I plopped in the jump jack. I got into it and I started recording. That was it. So it was just designing the jump jack, which I made an episode out of, so it was productive in both ways. Season 3 was essentially the same thing. I just made the bison, plopped it onto Pertam. That's how you pronounce it. And then just started recording. And then in season 4, I had to literally spend like night after night after night checking load order of mods and like balance of mods and all this kind of stuff, because there's so many different mods interacting in here that just make things just silly. Like, so there's water mod, and that makes it so that you can float in the water with your tanks, like your hydrogen oxygen tanks and that kind of stuff. But then industrial overhaul affects those tanks, of like how much they can carry and such, which affects their buoyancy. So that's a bad thing, because if you had a boat, say like the AIs use, one of the mods I have that adds like marine pirates, and they're going to attack me if they spawn and they're using oxygen tanks as their like floaty bits, they're just gonna sink, and that's no fun. So I had to add a separate mod on that. So first off, there was like a compatibility mod between water mod and industrial overhaul, and then there was a separate mod that changed the flotation values of tanks and wheels. And we got to our iron here, where we start mining. Put down a GPS. Iron mine. Excellent. And then, like, with all of that, then I could finally get it. Oh, come on, start digging down. There we go. I finally got it to where it was working, and I'm like, oh god. And that was just for industrial overhaul. And you have to put in daily needs on top of that. It needs to be in a very, very specific load order for it all to work. And oh god, it took a while to get everything set up, to say the least. But now that I'm here, I'm super excited, and I believe I made a really robust mod list. And I'm going to have it down in the description. It's going to link to the collection. But then I'm also probably going to link to like the Season 4 setup documents that I made for myself. And you must do the proper load order, because if you don't, things are just gonna bork. So, yeah. And I want those to go away, please. I just want iron.
Inventory full.
I do not want stone. I can get stone at home. I want iron. And that's my dog. Go away, Sasha. Hey, we got a doggy mishap in the first episode. I don't know if you guys heard that. But here we are. We've got our inventory full of iron, and we're heading back to the beach. As I'm running back here, I'm just wondering what would be a good place to build a base. This area is a little hilly, which is kind of annoying. I really don't like building on hills. This requires so much work to flatten the area with iron, with like armor blocks, and then you have to like dig away parts of the hill and such. And I don't really want to go for like an underground base this time. Not like I did in Season 2. I might not stay here. I think I might move on. Probably relocate to, honestly, somewhere along the roads and near a decent ore patch. Like, near an iron patch. Probably, like, up there eventually. Because, why not? You know, live at your resource node, which would be kind of nice. Then I know that all I need to do is just, like, lean out the window and scoop up some iron if I need it. Here we are, back at our ship, and looks like the tide has gone out a little bit and left the ship thoroughly beached. That thing isn't going anywhere. And we can deposit all that wonderful iron and get it working in the survival kit. We have iron ingots. Just put a bunch in there. I don't know how many we'll need. And let's see. Okay, that process is pretty quick. Although it looks like it's only doing a... Yeah, it's only a portion? It's using one iron to, what, give me a portion of an iron? So it's probably not the best efficiency. But, hey. At least it's giving me some good iron amounts now, which is useful. We'll get, like, a couple hundred steel plates, so definitely need that many before. And then we'll get into crafting some other stuff as soon as this is processed. There's a few steel plates there. We'll wait till we got 50 of them. That should be good. Well, there we go. And we can start up a base. And that is definitely the wrong color. Hey, not what I want. I want that color. That's my color. And why not start it off so that it will align with my little diggy hole. Wonderful. So that way I can go right down my little hole that I'm going to build here. Get some extra resources. And then it'll come out this direction. And then out this way. A little bit. Well, not that much. But we don't need much to start off with. And I'll go back this way a few blocks. Until we get here. And then I'm going to build a little 3x3 spot. Because I have plans for a windmill tower there to get some power. More steel plate for me. Hey, another 50 or so. Is it really like the sun setting? Oh my god, I'm not getting such little amounts done in this day. I also don't think I started the recording in the morning of the day, so that's my fault. But we just need to go up 10 blocks here. We'll just bang this out real quick. And if I'm not mistaken, we've already gone 1, 2, 3, 4. So just need to go 6 more. That's 5. And 6. Wrong position for that. 7. Yeah, let's quickly build this tower with no jetpack. 8. And 9. And 10. And then once we get up there, we can just start to lay out the area. And I believe I'm going to do it this big. I'm going to have this wrap around one larger for the whole size. And I'll get that piece here in a second. Dun, 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 like that. Dun, dun. Wonderful. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm gonna make myself like essentially like a little. It's a wind tower, but also kind of like a lighthouse, so that way I can see my way to the shore when I'm out in the bay at night. And boom. Then wind turbine. We'll go one there, one there, one there, and one there. And then I've got spaces here so I can, you know, put catwalks and such to extend this out if I need to in the various directions. But to get things started, I'm going to put the wind turbine into our build planner. I am not going to use easy inventory, as I have learned from playing with Splitsy how to build planner. And no, we don't want that. I want to. I need to put that on my build planner again. I want wind turbine on my build planner. There we go. And now we're going to put those components into production. I'm going to show you something interesting about Industrial Overhaul, and I actually really like this, is that wind turbine requires what are these? Electromagnets. But electromagnets require copper, which require copper ingots, which is something that normally isn't done. Normally it would be this is copper ingots, and this is iron ingot and copper ingots to make your electromagnet. You wouldn't have this sort of sub-component like this precursor to build up to it. It's very satisfactory like, because you have to build the precursors. So if like for copper wire here, I need an additional 10. So I need to make sure I put in that additional 10 into the build so that I can actually, you know, make my electromagnets. And also I believe, yeah, the computers as well take from copper wire. So those 2 computers and the 8 electromagnets is the reason why we need 10 additional wires. But these are never going to get done as long as we're processing that iron. So we will just put it like that. Start processing everything. And that should be good. That is going to process. Other than that, the other thing we need to get going as soon as possible is the assembling bench, the equipment for assembling basic components by hand, manually loaded and operated by Industrial Overhaul. And look at all these production structures. Like, synthetics factory, a rock crusher, an ore purifier, ceramics furnace, chemical refinery, advanced assembler, munitions factory, nano assembler, extruder, plate stamp. Oh my god. There's all these different things. Which, like, half of this is just your standard assembler, but separated out into, like, a plate stamp. It just does plates. It automates the construction of all your plates. That's how simple it is. Like an extruder, it just makes your tubes and girders, your long items, and that's all it can do. But you have to have a separate building for it, which I think is awesome. But here, an assembling bench allows us to do basic crafting while only using basic resources. So we'll grab that steel plate, head on up onto our little platform here, and we'll probably want to extend out this platform a little bit here, so we have a little bit more room. We'll put like a battery underneath the tower in the end, but this basic constructor here, this assembling bench, just go right there, and then it needs to get added to the build planner, and its components need to be added to the production queue. But then we'll see again that we have some more wire needed, because it needs, what, 2 computers. Oh, it needs a bunch of stuff too. I probably just need to make like an extra, honestly, I just make an extra 100 wire. I'm gonna use it. So at some point I will need it. At some point I will use it. So I might as well do it. Oh god. The sun, it is setting. I did not mean for you to set this quickly. I didn't start my recording in the beginning of the day like I normally do. I started at midday. I screwed up. That is okay. I'm not getting that because you're beside the bunker, and I do not want to get that attention just yet. So I will remove that so I don't have the temptation. Let's see. Yeah, about 30 copper wire as it is using it in the survival kit here. Oh, and also it is filling up with freaking gravel. There is use for gravel in this mod with like gravel turrets and such, but not yet. So we will get to that in a bit. I will grab the rest of these components and we'll see if I can get that power online. Because probably one of the first things I want to do, get this power, then get this base connected to the boat. Because I can use a boat's battery without having to build a local battery here yet. That will allow me to do some good things. It's building the electromagnet. And is that it? That's the only thing I need left for this wind turbine, I feel. So those components there. Just again put these to the end and let those things build. As we get our wind turbine online, I hope. Probably as the night is coming upon us. Oh, we need 24 copper wire. So 24 wire. That would hurt too much. What height can I drop off of here and not hurt myself too much? Let's try here. That's only 3 damage. That's fine. I got a survival kit. Where's all my copper wire? I have a bit there, but it's being used up. Survival kit. Make me my wire. I need my 24 wire. And wait, that says 25. Just want to make sure I have enough. Get our basic power online within the first episode, which is always a nice thing here. And by building wind turbine, we have unlocked new blocks, which I wasn't sure if progression will work properly with Industrial Overhaul. I think it will, but I just gotta. Why am I dragging around the image of that? Let's see. I built this, which allows me to build all the hinges and pistons and merge blocks and beacons and doors and stuff. Excellent. Yeah, if it comes into any sort of a problem, like I can't build tubes yet. Oh, that kind of sucks. I gotta build a medium cargo container first, or a small cargo container. Oh, that requires aluminum plate. Oh yeah. We can't do this first. I need to be able to build my conveyor tubes. I gotta turn off progression. I'll do that in between this episode and the next. Yeah, that's where it breaks. Where you need aluminum plate before you can even build conveyors. No. It's not possible. It is literally not possible. Yeah. But we have power, and that should be highly efficient. It's up there high in the sky. And as such, we should be able to. If I find that... Ah, here we go. Plunk my wire in there with it. We should have more than enough wire going now. We've made like 60 something of it. We just need a few more components built here. And then we have our basic assembling table. Our initial base is coming together. Quite quickly, actually. Which makes me very happy. And in the meantime, I feel like I should build a little ramp so I can get onto it from this side. Considering that what is probably going to be... Alright, let's see. Let's plan this out. There's going to be water here. So I'm going to go and make a ramp down and then a dock out. Then I'm going to have my conveyor-y stuff probably here. A little ball of conveyored stuff. And then I can put my battery and such back here. So I'll make my little ramp right here. Yeah, that'll work. So that's down to... Well, let's just do a slope the other way and then a slope that way. And then I gotta put my helmet back on so I can be underwater without dying. And then another slope that way. And then just go back to armor blocks going out. And that... We'll see where that armor block level is. Because there is the tide coming in and out here. I just want to make sure that the boat is an appropriate height there for that armor block. Because we can always move ourselves over. We can properly dock with the station here. Because alongside that dock where we can walk up and down, we will have a conveyor line on a hinge at the end so that I can dock up with a connector. And that I can transfer all this stuff around and it'll be wonderful. So we'll just set out those blocks here. And that should allow me to walk out to my boat, get onto it, and I can park this thing a little bit further out into the water if I want to. Beautiful. As I scrape along it. Hopefully not causing too much damage. I don't have to worry about bumping into the train and damaging the bottom of my boat anymore. I can come along my docks and I think I'm just going to move it out a tiny bit more too. Come along the dock and access it that way. Or right now, oh, I could just do this. I'm just thinking about how I can access the conveyor in the back so I can get resources out right now. I'll just hook the hook it around like that. And damn, the tide is really going out. And why do we have motion now? Why are we're moving away? That's not what I want. Don't leave me, tides. Come on. Dampener's off. Sit there. Thank you. And I can access it from here. Very good. And that should be all the stuff I need. So I'm going to just head up my ramp here. Build my assembling bench. And we can transfer some resources to it and start working. There we go. Assembling bench acquired, and unfortunately the sun has gone down. We can see, although, the progression of the sun there on the moon, which is going to be quite nice. It's going to be like my clock. And we'll be able to watch the sun go around the bottom side of the moon. And we look at the production. Oh man, there's so much more stuff. We got heating elements and light bulbs and... well, that needs glass, though, which we don't have. We got alkaline power cells, which will need some ice and iron and copper wires. See, so much stuff needs copper wires. There's acid power cells, but we need sulfur for that, which isn't even something we'll get for a long time. So much good stuff. But I think we've made a pretty successful first night. We have, I just want to see, for example, that wind turbine is max output of 400. Excellent. That should be good. Our goal next episode will be using the assembling bench to most likely create one of the other batteries. The alkaline batteries are bad since they cannot be recharged. But I don't know if we can build the other one. Can we? Alkaline... Yeah, we don't have... We literally don't have sulfur for an acid power cell. So we're going to have, like, these alkaline power cells that we cannot recharge. We'll just have to rip down and rebuild our batteries on the rover that we'll eventually build. God, that's silly. I'm so glad I'm starting with a battery on my boat. But we'll turn off progression so that I can get access to conveyors. So that'll allow us to connect that, at least for power at this time. So we'll get that popped in so we can get it recharging. We'll then eventually connect it back through for resource access. As the next things to build are the fabricator. I have everything I need to make that, actually. We need the fabricator, and we need the... What was it called again? They changed the name of it. It's not the, like, basic refinery anymore. It's something else. The furnace, the smelter. That's what they changed it to. So we will get a smelter and a basic fabricator, and hopefully, can we make a small cargo container? No, we can't. We need aluminum plate. So we can't even make a cargo container. So that sucks. So we are going to be running off of these for a while. Yep, that is going to be our next project. Fabricator, smelter, H2O2 generator, maybe a small hydrogen. Can I even make a small hydrogen tank without any high-end materials? I don't know. Hydro. What? It's a gasoline tank, rocket fuel tank, deuterium. I don't even know what that is. Where is our hydrogen tanks? I might not have them unlocked yet in the progression, which is probably a thing that I will need to make sure I get. But yes, we'll turn off the progression. We will... oh yeah, there we go. Auction tank. Looks like we were able to build it, which would be good. We can make a hydrogen tank. We can make an H2 generator. We can start banking H2 to refuel our little craft here. We'll have to take our little boat on some resource excursions to get some cobalt. Build ourselves little rovers so I can drive to the iron mine easier. But I think we did good. This is going to be a fun series. I'm really excited about this. It's going to be a slow start, but I think it's going to kick ass. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.